I graduated as an industrial engineer from Virginia Tech and started my corporate career in North Carolina working for Thomasville Furniture. Now, early on, I was assigned a mentor, Harriet, and I tagged along with her as she did her projects at the local bedroom furniture plant. Now, one day, we were outside of the plant touring their wood storage facility. You see, they bought wood from an outside vendor, and then it had to be dried before it could be delivered to the plant as needed. There were all types of different types of wood in that facility, and it looked pretty disorganized. And they called the area the Butler Building. Now, there didn't appear to be any real organization, and the floor of the facility was dirt. So whenever a forklift operator got a call on their walkie-talkie to deliver wood to the main plant, they'd have to jump on their forklift, dig out the wood that they needed, and then place the other wood back. Oftentimes, they'd have to stop what they were doing and restack some of the wood that dropped as they pulled it out with their forklift. Now, there were two gentlemen working in the facility that day, Sam and Joe, and I noticed they weren't doing a lot of work. They actually were just talking about the most recent NASCAR race. So I thought there was probably some good opportunity to improve things, as dropping wood and searching for wood just didn't seem like a very efficient process. So Harriet was fine with letting me hang out with Joe and Sam for a few days. Now, they were surprised to see me, who they called a damn Yankee, who wanted to learn from them. You see, I grew up in Maryland, so that was north of North Carolina. So anybody north was a Yankee, and they were a damn Yankee if they moved into the area and considered staying there. So I watched Sam and Joe and kind of got to know them and saw the struggles they had whenever they got a request for wood. As I said earlier, since it was a dirt floor, their forklifts would dig ruts into the floor and cause the wood to be pulled in an angled way. And sometimes the wood would fall out, and Joe and Sam would have to stop whatever they were doing and restack the wood, which was long and tedious and, of course, heavy and not really the safest. So I also noticed that it was really hard for them to find things. So if they needed a stack of mahogany wood, it could be hidden behind pine or oak or any other species of wood. So after a few days of getting to know them and really understanding what was going on, I made a few recommendations to Harriet, and she was able to get approval for it. So within a month, we had actually repaved the facility and organized the wood by species and made signage to make things visible. Well, Joe and Sam had a much better time finding what they needed, gathering it, and they actually didn't drop as many stacks of wood, or maybe even no stacks of wood, whenever they had to dig out what they needed. So everything made things better and safer for them. Well, a few weeks into that process, I came back to visit just to see how things were going. And Sam and Joe shook my hand and told me I was no longer a damn Yankee. And so although I was a Northerner, I was still a Yankee, but now I was a good Yankee because I'd helped them improve their working life. I hope this story provided you with some inspiration to revisit your own processes. I have a lot more I'd like to share. Head over to pi-partners.com to learn how I can help. And check back from time to time for more Kaizen stories.